Alright guys, so remember when I said that I don't know if I'd want to make this thing like a daily thing, or how often I want to do. Oh my gosh, the roads are so crumbled. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the back camera, the rear view camera. But remember when I said that I didn't know if I wanted to make this thing a daily thing, or like if I wanted to make it not a daily thing, how long I wanted to make each video. Well, this is basically me in the first minute talking about, hey, I decided 10 minutes is always the best. If I learned anything from YouTube, recent YouTube, is that 10-minute videos seem to be doing the best. So you guys get to see a little gameplay and a little bit of me rambling again. So last time I was talking about Disney princesses. I did remember. I don't really exactly remember what I was talking about, but since I talked about DuckTales and since I talked about the Disney princesses, I feel like it's only fair to really hone in on Disney today, because apparently it's Disney week. I don't know why I keep going back to Disney when I have nothing else to talk about. There's Netflix. They have a bunch of TV shows. There's always a bunch of cartoons that I've been seeing. But Disney remakes really baffle me, because sometimes they can make a great show like DuckTales, but most of the time remakes actually means, hey, let's get a bunch of semi-decent big name actors and actresses, put them in a bunch of wild roles with a terrible script, and hope that this can somehow bring the magic back for our remakes. Like, the whole reason why the Disney Renaissance happened is because they're all musicals. Everybody knows that they love a good Disney song, and everybody can't help but sing to the Disney music. And that's because, according to Ashman, or whatever his name was, actually, he wasn't the one who quoted it, but he wasn't the one who originated the quote, but he quoted someone else saying, if emotions get too big, then you start to get in a song, and if the song starts to develop more, it turns into a dance. And that's why most Disney movies during the Renaissance era had a lot of these musical numbers. Seriously, guys, like this. I get that, like, theater nerds are probably going to be like shouting at their screens, if there are any watching, saying, hey, that's not how, like, you're oversimplifying it, or hey, sure, like, Disney are musicals, but, like, I don't know, I can't really think of really good rebuttals off the top of my head. But really, that's really all that it boils down to. Disney movies are just musicals. That's all they are. They're really good musicals, obviously, because, I mean, look at their success. I mean, the reason everybody's talking about The Lion King and The Little Mermaid nowadays, like, so many decades after it came out, is because they're still genuinely good movies. Like, I don't remember, oh gosh, I was choking my own spit, but, I remember one time I watched a movie in black and white, and, everybody has their, how do I say it, has their reservations about black and white movies, because, they're of a different era, and there's going to be a lot of, how do I say this, there's going to be a lot of just words and phrases and just actions in general that wouldn't stand today in PC culture, which PC culture is something I want to get on. I mean, not get on, but I mean, I want to talk about sometime in the future. I don't think now's the best time to talk about it, since I'm seemingly on this Disney train. But yeah, I don't understand why Disney want to remake all the movies. Like, Disney already learned their lesson with all their DVD direct sequels. Oh yeah, there are plenty of DVD direct sequels. I will talk about that. So the whole reason DVD sequels didn't work out is because they basically, I mean, obviously they didn't try at all. They used the same characters that people already knew and were established from previous films, and then tried to quote unquote recreate the magic. I mean, even Disney knew what they were doing when they were creating the DVD direct sequels. Most of them were not even given to, like, main staff. They were given to the, how do I say it, the less experienced employees who would do their best. I'm doing air quotes if you can't tell. Do their best to, you know, produce something even something like maybe even a level below the original movie. Because my gosh, most of those sequels really stink. Like, I haven't seen Frozen 2 yet, but I'm willing to believe that it's probably a direct-to-DVD sequel level film. Which I'm joking. The only thing I know about Frozen 2 is that it was extremely rushed, which I realized was also what happened to a lot of those DVD direct sequels. And seriously, what's the difference between those and the live-action remakes? Like, they're both using old characters that were already used in previous films, like I've said. And they're trying to not necessarily retell a story, but try to tell a story with these characters that we don't really need to know, for different reasons, obviously. Because, you know, the remakes, we already know the stories. The sequels, they were just bad stories. Obviously, there are a few hidden gems. Oh, sorry, you think I was talking about the live-action remakes? No, none of those are redeemable. I'm pretty sure they did a Cinderella one, like a heck of a long time ago. 2015? I don't know. I'm not even going to bother checking because it's not even worth it. They remade Cinderella, and the fact that, like, nobody knew about it, I mean, it still, like, garnered a lot of, it still got a lot of money in the box office because it's Cinderella just redone. And I remember thinking, hey, like, this could genuinely be a good idea. And the only reason Cinderella wasn't butchered, which, I'm guessing it wasn't butchered, like, I haven't actually seen the movie, so I'm really going on a limb here. I haven't seen any of the live-action remakes because I refuse to see any of the live-action reaction, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I'm just a little heated right now after talking about Disney. I also realized that my phone is at, it's at 6%. I'm basically on a race to see if I can talk long enough and fast enough to where my phone doesn't die. And if I get home fast enough, then I can actually charge my phone and not let it die. That's just a side note, though. So, in summation, oh look, it's a little school essay. In summation, Disney remakes suck. Don't watch them, please. If you really wanted to enjoy the magic of the movies, you could tell a bunch of middle schoolers to recreate that show. Don't forget, like, middle schoolers, all these prepubescent preteens that, like, half of them are still scared in their shells and half of them don't know what good acting is. You could tell those people to remake The Lion King, and they'd probably do something on par. Like, sure, I get it. The animation looks great. The fur on the animals look like it could be real. But then why didn't you do anything creative with it? Like, if I was Disney, I would have tried to create, like, a comedy movie that basically, it's a mockumentary. You know, it's supposed to be a documentary about, you know, these animals in the wild, but, you know, you put a little clever twist to it. Maybe they're talking. But then again, live action, we've already found out that live action animals talking is really annoying because it takes away the suspension of disbelief. The reason it was so much better when it was either in 2D or 3D is, okay, not 3D. The reason it was so much better in the old 3D models of, you know, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, and, you know, those movies, or 2D as in Renaissance movies, just normal, is because, like, these aren't even real animals. Like, we know that they're fake, and because we know that they're fake, like, we're willing to just have the suspension of disbelief. Like, you understand me? Okay, come on. There we go. Like, it just really infuriates me. Like, I get it. Disney is running low on money, and they want to earn, like, they need a lot of money, and I get it. But then, like, why do you have to do such a lazy... Why do people keep people keep watching this stuff? I don't understand movie reviewers, like, constantly going back to see these Disney remakes. Don't watch the remakes. As one film enthusiast to another. Like, the only difference is, those people have millions of subscribers. I don't. Just, from one person to another, I just have to say this. Please don't watch those movies. Please. I beg of you, please don't watch the Disney remakes. I get that they're trying to, they already released Mulan, and it was terrible. Everyone said, hey, maybe it could be really good, but instead, the whole, Uyghur controversy ended up being a thing, and I get it. You want to try to enjoy your movie, you want to try to see if you can re-spark that magic. You just can't with these movies. You can't. There's no... This isn't a Lion King 1.5 situation where we're, like, retelling the story, but, like, we're still making fun of it. We're not. We're just watching it for the sake of watching it, and it's just so tedious. It feels like a chore to watch these. I don't remember what movie... I think it's, Little Mermaid? I think is the next to be released. I can't remember. I'm not even going to correct myself on it. Again, these are just rambles from my thoughts. Please, once the next live action movie comes out, all those movie reviewers, please don't watch it. You know it's going to be terrible. You know you shouldn't be subjecting yourself to it. Like, unless if you're willing to do like an actual critique or an analysis, don't watch it just for your initial thoughts. Like, everybody knows what their initial thoughts are going to be. It's trash, it's low tier, and it never should have been made in the first place, and it made way too much money than it should have. Everybody knows that's how it's always going to go, because that's always how it ends up, and people keep getting tricked into watching these movies. I just don't understand. I must be crazy, because I'm in the minority who thinks that I shouldn't be watching these, or that I should be watching these, sorry. People have a problem. Please stop watching the Disney remakes. There's no other way to put it. They're terrible. Alright? They're just terrible. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm done talking about Disney now. Maybe I'll move on to something else.